Chicago, Grant Park, 1 year ago. A huge crowd gathered in anticipation of an historic moment.
Barack Obama is the next president of the United States.
This is our moment. This is our time.
It was a memorable and emotional moment.
The crowd is going absolutely wild here.
Chicago, Grant Park today. The cheering has long since ended. The national unemployment rate is now approaching 10%, and many of Obama's campaign promises remain unfulfilled. Now he's about to make what might be the most momentous decision of his presidency on how to fight the war in Afghanistan. As president, Obama has had bruising political fights over the economic stimulus and health care reform. He has been the target of angry personal attacks from conservatives, a deeply polarized political environment that hardly represents the kind of change Obama promised. Mounting job losses remain his biggest domestic challenge. Obama's public approval ratings dropped sharply for months until inching upward just recently. On the streets of Chicago today, people gave the president a lukewarm rating.
There was a lot of expectations, so it's probably very hard to meet all of those.
With the way he had to go in, I think he's done a good job. He's doing all that he can.
It seems like some of the campaign promises are not being kept, and I'm a little disappointed in some of the issues.
The letdown is not surprising, says University of Chicago analyst Michael Dawson.
The expectations were set way too high. People were expecting the romanticized version of the Kennedy administration.
One of those growing impatient with Obama is immigration reform activist Herbert Moreno. Moreno worked for Obama's election. Now he wants Obama to take action.
A lot of people are disappointed, especially because we heard those promises. We had these high hopes, for real reform, and we're beginning to feel let down, by the no action by this administration towards immigration reform.
The new president has been warmly received overseas and even unexpectedly won the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts to strengthen international diplomacy. But Obama couldn't snare the Olympic Prize for his hometown. He has pushed hard for a Middle East peace deal, but not hard enough. The two sides still aren't talking. And his pledge to shut down the prison at Guantanamo Bay within a year now seems likely to be broken. The biggest challenge in Obama's year 2, and perhaps the rest of his time in office, remains Afghanistan. October was the deadliest month of the war for U.S. troops.
There is real potential for the war in Afghanistan in particular to become the type of defining moment for President Obama's career, and both in terms of how he'd be viewed domestically and internationally.
With that in mind, the most significant image of Obama 1 year on may not be from that raucous election night rally in Chicago, but from this somber ceremony last month. A president bearing witness to the return of American soldiers killed in a long war far away. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Chicago.